What's up? What's up, y'all? I hope y'all having a good night. But I know y'all see the title. So let's go ahead and get started.
I wanna go back to Jermaine. No, don't tell nobody. This is the part that the thugs skip. Young.
I'm sorry. That was as funny as hell to me. But how y'all doing tonight? I hope y'all having a good night. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it. I know y'all heard what happened, man. Um, Jay Morant. He's at it again, and this time for flashing a gun on Instagram Live. And he and this time he's suspended indefinitely for doing this. And it's to the point to where, like, dude, man, at this point, you just trying to sabotage your career. Because maybe if this was the first incident, you can give him the benefit of the doubt. Or maybe even if it's the second incident, you can give him the benefit of the doubt. But this is like the second time he done got caught flashing the gun. And then on top of that, he had like three other separate incidents other than this. So at this point, he's asking to sabotage his career. That's what it seems like to me. He is self-sabotaging his career. Cause dude, man, this dude, he's one of the top names in basketball. He's one of the top names in basketball. Like the top five, I think. And he got a $300 million deal signed for next year. That's what he's supposed to be getting starting next year. He got a $300 million contract. So if you're not familiar with Jay Morant, Jay Morant was raised in a good neighborhood. He was raised from a wealthy family. And if I can pull a picture up of them, I will. But hold on, let me show y'all real quick, man. I'm kind of doing this off the fly, but it is what it is. I mean, he grew up in the suburbs. He went to private school and everything. Let me see. Saving jazz. So Jay Morant never had to get it out the mud. He never had to struggle. They said he made good grades in school as well. So he's a book smart kid when it comes to book smart, but when it comes to this, like as far as having common sense, nah, he don't have no common sense. And yes, I do understand that people do make mistakes. He is young. We know that. But let's talk about the deeper issue here, because to me it looks like he's going through an identity crisis. In our culture, and this is not just for him, this is a lot of young men around our age, because I'm not too much older than him myself. But what's promoted to us is this thug image. That's what's promoted. Look at all the rappers. Your NBA young boys, your Kodak Blacks, your Young Thugs, all these other rappers, your Chief Keefs. Our culture promotes negative images like that. We promote being a gangster. We look at them as heroes. We look at them as winners. That's what the women say they want all the time. So if you a young dude and you growing up and this is all you see these type of dudes winning, you're going to aspire to be like that. Not all of us, but a lot of young dudes like that, whether they from that or not. Because a lot of rappers that they not from that type of life, but they use that as a form of entertainment to make money off of music, rapping about stuff they never did. And some of them, they never came from that life, but in order to portray that image, they end up crashing out and they end up crashing out and end up in jail, end up in jail. End up dead or end up actually killing somebody. And a lot of young men, especially black men, a lot of young black men, they're having this type of identity crisis because they feel like this is what they have to be in order to win, in order to be looked up to, in order to be honored. You see everybody looking up to the rappers, to the gangsters. And that's what a lot of these young men want. They see them with all the cars. That's what media promotes to us, with all the jewelry, with all the nice things, with all the nice clothes, with all the women. And that's no excuse for what Jay Morant is doing, because he could. I mean, he just signed a $300 million deal. Everybody look up to basketball players just as well. Basketball players get all the women. They got the nice cars and the nice clothes. So why can't what I'm asking is why can't he just stay in his lane? And from the outside looking in, to me, it's a lack of self-confidence. He's having a identity crisis. Because my dude, you're going backwards. You're not going forward, you're going backwards. A lot of people would love to be in your position. A lot of people love that. And maybe it is a lot of pressure. But you self sabotaging yourself, you might not get this opportunity never again. And yes, there's always overseas and things like that, but doing all this rah rah stuff, what if you end up getting shot or something, getting hurt to where you can't play basketball no more? And I'm not wishing that up on you. You most definitely want him to win. He can most definitely hoop. But I mean, come on, dude, man. That looks silly. Looks silly. Because I mean, it's multiple incidents. Like maybe you could have got away with a flashing gun, but this is being incident on top of incident on top of incident. You had the incident with the 17-year-old dude, which I heard he threw the ball at John Morant, and John Morant hit him, and then he made threats to his family, and then he flashed a gun at him or whatever. Okay, if somebody throws a ball at you, I know how basketball get. It can get real heated in the moment, and yes, fights can break out. Okay, I can understand that. I can I can understand. Okay, you threw the ball at your face or whatever. I wasn't there. I don't know exactly what happened. It's two conflicting stories, so who knows? But it was an incident right before that where him and his homeboys was threatening a security guard, and they was about to get into it with security guards. And then after that, when they got into it with the Pacers, after the game, him and his homeboys pulled up and was pointing lasers at the other people on the Pacers. I don't know if it was teammates or staff. I don't know what it was, but they was pointing red lasers. Like, come on, dude. Like, come on, dude, man. Like, what is you doing here? What is you doing here, man? I mean, come on, look at this. Look at this, man. Like this ain't you, bro. Look at this right here. I'm gonna show this again because it's funny to me. I ain't gonna even lie.
I wanna go back to Jermaine. Don't tell nobody. This is the part that the thugs skip. Young.
You see, y'all seen the face he made when he did that? Come on, bro. That's funny. That's funny. But come on, bro, man. You got a $3 million bag, bro. Do you want to portray yourself being a thug that bad? And this is for the fellas out there. This is not just for Ja Morant. This is for the younger generation. Y'all just be yourself, man. Just be yourself. Y'all not about that life. Y'all just be yourself. Y'all don't have to be no gangster. You don't have to try to impress nobody. You don't gotta be something you're not, because at the end of the day, it's nothing but consequences gonna come out of it. I done seen a lot of young dudes that was hoopers or book nerds in high school or whatever. Get out of high school, life hit them, and life can be real. Start hanging around the wrong people, try to portray themselves as something that they're not. And a lot of them end up doing stupid stuff that ends them up in prison. And some of them be getting life. Some of them don't get to come back home. Some of them just end up dead. You can make money and be successful without doing that. You can get the women without doing that. You got to be confident in who you are as a man. And that might take a while, especially if you didn't grow up with no father. It may take a while to find yourself. You may have to bump your head a few times. But sometimes you don't get multiple chances. So try to learn from people that has came before you or that made the mistakes so you won't make the same mistakes. So you won't have to go through all the heartache and pain. So you won't have to waste years of your life. You can be a computer nerd. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Be a confident computer nerd. You can like that anime. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You can be a successful businessman. You can be a successful chef. You can be a successful engineer, a skilled laborer, truck driver. You can make money and get women, eh, all those professions. As long as you on your purpose and you focus on what you got going on, the money is going to come to you. The women going to flock to you. You got plenty of time because most of the time, the stuff that you see on media, stuff, all these rappers that you see, all these entertainers, stuff that you see on TV, it's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. Not real. And yeah, some of these rappers do have money and things like that. But a lot of them are depressed. And a lot of them don't have money. They just faking it. They just have the image of money. The cars that you see them in, not theirs. Don't own they masters. Record label, whatever they record label they sign with, probably own them. And I'm not talking about every single rapper, but a lot of rappers are in that type of situation. Slaves to the record label. Had to do some heinous stuff to get to where they at. Hmm? Had to sell their soul to get to where they at. Hmm? Going through all type of drama and mental trauma, drugged up, coked up, doped up all the time. Y'all, most of that is just an illusion. And if you did want to get into the music industry, I recommend you just go independent. To be honest, because we have social media, you can promote your own self, but you don't have to betray that image though. Especially if that's not what you is. If that's not you, some people that is them. They really grew up in it. They really lived that. But the thing is, especially if you didn't live that type of life, doing that is real dangerous. That's real dangerous. Take a look at Takashi 69, right? He was portraying that type of life, pretending to be a blood, portraying this image of a gangster, doing all that. They was extorting him that whole time. It was like, oh, okay, you want to be a blood? Okay, yeah, yeah, but you gonna have to pay up. You want some protection? Oh yeah, you gonna have to pay up. Yeah, that's how they gonna do you, especially if they know you not about that life like that. That's how they gonna do you. They gonna treat you like that. They gonna extort you. And a lot of these dudes that you call your friend, Jay Morant, they not really your friend. Some of them want to see you crash out. And dude on the live, he tried to hurry up and hide the camera as soon as John Morant, however you say his name, as soon as he flashed that gun. So that wasn't on his friend. That was on him. He sabotaged himself with it. Cause bro, I mean you can keep your gun with you or whatever, but they don't want you flashing it. Don't flash it. Just keep it with you. Hey, people know you got it on you, and you got security. Get you some security too, or whatever. Like, I mean, people know you got it on you. I don't know if you had it legal or not, but you was already suspended first. The first time for flashing it. Like, why do it again? Like, you do you like? It seems like you just doing it on purpose now, and it's getting to the point to like Charleston White said. I mean, you gonna really sabotage yourself because at this point somebody can get hurt. And yes, it's always the innocent people that end up getting killed. They don't be doing anything. It's always the innocent people. Like, come on, dude. This for all the young dudes coming up, man. Y'all learn from this. Y'all learn from this situation. Have confidence in yourself. Be confident in who you are. Cause this man, he's blowing the bag, man. And he might not care now. And a lot of people might say the bag ain't everything, but you gonna regret it later. I'm gonna tell you that. You gonna regret it later. Ask a lot of them basketball players that went broke after getting out the league. And if you actually act right, you seem like you could have a long lasting career in the league because you in the top five. You the face of basketball right now. Cause a lot of dudes in that life, they trying to get up out that life. You trying to go from riches to rags when everybody else trying to go from rags to riches. And that's what it might take. It might take you to crash out and lose everything so you can have an appreciation. That's what it might just take. Maybe I mean, you grew up in a wealthy family, went to private school and everything, grew up in the suburbs and all that. So you never really had to struggle like that. So maybe you had to go through that struggle. Maybe you had to go through it just to feel it, just to know life ain't no joke. Cause not no joke out here. They ain't playing with y'all out here, especially black man. They ain't playing with y'all. You got that one good time just to mess up. Yeah, you gonna pay the consequences. They don't want to see you winning. So you gotta be on your P's and Q's. And you blessed that you even got that many chances. All three of them incidents happening back to back like that. Bro, you blessed. You blessed. Like, wow, man. Wow. Young black man, y'all be y'all self. Ain't nothing better than being confident in who you are. But yeah, um, I said my piece on that, but I did want to touch on this whole Jamie Foxx thing. I know I'm kind of late on it, but I did want to talk about it because his daughter, and let me pull up the article for y'all, and I'm gonna share it. Hold up. Me 1 second, y'all.
This is incredible news from Jamie Foxx's daughter, Corinne Fox. She is finally, we've been telling you that Jamie's tight circle of friends have not said anything about what kind of ailment he suffered. or how
his
his recovery is
condition,
going.
and they have been radio silent, even with companies where he is supposedly doing projects with.
Right. But today, in fact, just within the last few minutes, Corinne Fox said that
That's
her
his
father is out of the hospital. She said, sad to see how the media runs wild. We'll get to that in a moment. My dad has been out of the hospital for weeks, recuperating. In fact, he was playing pickleball yesterday. Thanks for everyone's prayers and support. We have an exciting work announcement coming next week, too.
Obviously, great news, but the rumors she's talking about, I mean, there's been tons of speculation of what sent actually Jamie Foxx into the hospital, but there's been a ton of his friends on Twitter that have been basically saying pray for Jamie Foxx because there are rumors that he was on life support.
Right. And I think those friends are probably reacting to a lot of those rumors.
Right. It was all
because
right.
From what we've heard is that even his friends, like close friends in entertainment, they haven't been getting updates on what's going on either.
Okay. So y'all, that's just weird to me. I ain't gonna even fake it. Because why just now tell us he's been out for weeks when everybody has really been worried about what's going on with him? Like people want to know for the longest. If you already seen all these rumors, why haven't you said anything before? And why is he not coming out and saying anything? Like that's just suspicious to me. Like he hasn't came out and said anything at all. We haven't seen his face or nothing. And yes, we wish the best for him. We want him to be good, but it's just weird to me that she just came out and said this, saying he's been out the hospital for weeks and playing pickleball. Okay, why didn't you tell anybody? Because it was like I kept constantly seeing videos with the title "Things have made a turn for the worse. Pray for Jamie Foxx." Like it seemed like things was going very bad. Like he wasn't gonna make it at all. And you just now coming out saying this, it's a little bit weird to me. I'm not gonna even lie.
That's how tight knit the information.
I mean,
around Jamie.
that could be true. And obviously you want to, believe Corinne for sure. I mean, but just the fact that she said, hey, he was out there playing pickleball and it's just a little text. It's like, wouldn't you think if he really wanted to dispel all these terrible rumors and they were so wrong that he would post a video?
Well, you got to remember the other thing is what she didn't say there, and that is great news. What she did share, but
And another thing, like I said at first, wouldn't he just post a video of himself playing pickleball or him making a video recording himself saying something? Like wouldn't he do that? And I forgot what else I was about to say something else, but he'll come back to me, y'all. I forgot that quick.
we still don't know what happened. We don't know.
We don't, but
what,
she's
Okay, another thing. So I heard he had a stroke. My thing is, if you had a stroke, how are you gonna be out playing pickleball like that quickly? Like, do y'all know what a stroke is? Like my grandpa had a stroke and it was like he couldn't talk, he couldn't move one side of his arm. He had to go to therapy and everything after he had this stroke. You don't just get up from a stroke and just start running. It don't work like that with no stroke. Like half of your brain basically died with a stroke. That's why you lose your speech. Half your body stop working. That's not adding up to me. I ain't gonna even lie.
Said
Landed
he's
him.
playing pickleball.
Right.
That's a pretty
Right.
active
But the reason,
sport.
but all I'm saying is the reason they don't show you video of that is we don't know what he's recovering from. You know what I mean? So if
Yeah.
they're not ready to talk about that, then they're not going to show. They're not going to show him at all at this point.
Right. And I mean, look, the bottom line is he's out of the hospital,
Yeah.
and that's good news. Great. That's great, news. And when
if he's
she
going
said,
to work soon,
well, if she says there's a project coming up, that is especially interesting
Yeah.
to know what the project is, because if it's a project that involves him being on a set,
right? If
you
it
know,
involves him being hands-on, then you got to look at the timeline for that, and then you can figure out
right
how his recovery is going.
Now, I'm gonna say this. I've been hearing all type of reports. I've been hearing conflicting stories all over the place. I've heard that he said that they're trying to kill me, the same thing that Martin Lawrence said back in 1996. I heard that they said that. A lot of people were saying that some he was exposing a lot of secrets about Diddy. I seen that in the headlines as well. Another thing I seen is that someone said that he might have been poisoned. So I've been seeing all type of conflicting stories, but this is very weird to me because he hasn't showed his face yet, and she just came out the woodwork and said he's been out the hospital for months, and you got other people saying that he's been cloned. Right before this, they did a movie about cloning. So it's a lot of crazy stories coming out. And I'm gonna say this. I don't know. I'm not gonna even act like I know. I'm not gonna come with some grand scheme of theory. I would just have to look and see. They're supposed to be doing a show together. I want to see what that's gonna be about, and I want to see how he's gonna look, or they're gonna eventually show his face. So I'm not finna say all that, but it's definitely very fishy. Something weird going on. Let's continue.
But look, the fact that he's out of the hospital,
it's great news.
Is
It's just
really
great.
awesome.
Hi, this is Julia Allen from Jacksonville, Florida, by way of Newport News, Virginia. Here to talk about the Jamie Foxx update. We've all been worried, and it's good to know that he is on the road to recovery. He is one of the biggest stars and one of the greatest talents of the entertainment industry. So prayerfully, everything will work out and he'll be okay, and that he'll make a full circle recovery and be able to finish and continue to be the great star that he is.
This is just relief and great news for Jamie.
Really
Okay.
is.
Yeah, but they still haven't showed him yet. So I mean, it's weird to me. So I don't know what's up with that. That don't sound too right to me, but I'm gonna keep it as that. We'll see where it goes from here. I was a fan of Jamie Foxx music, mainly his music. I do like I do like the Jamie Foxx show. It wasn't my favorite, but it was one of those shows you can watch, say you bored or something, like, all right, yeah, let's put on the Jamie Foxx show. But his '05 album, listen, y'all, my mom used to have that on repeat all the time when I was a kid. She had that whole album on repeat. So with that being said, I'm a fan of his music. He, as far as like comedy wise and him being in different movies and stuff, he's funny. So I wish the best for him. But I'm gonna wrap it up tonight. I didn't want to stay on too long. I just want to say my piece on those few topics. And I'm about to call it a night. But yeah, hold up. I want to play this video one more time, y'all, because this was funny to me. I'm sorry.
I wanna go back to Jermaine. No, don't tell nobody. This is the part that the thugs skip. Young.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night.